Namaste, Pranam, Gita Dhyanam. Om Parthaya Pratibodhitam Bhagavata Narayanena Swayam Vyasena Gratitam Purana Munina Madhye Mahabharatam Advaitam Ritavarshinim Bhagavatim Ashtadashadhyayinim Ambatva Manusandadhami Bhagavad Gite Bhavadveshinim. O Bhagavad Gita, with which Lord Narayana himself gave enlightenment to Arjuna. The ancient sage Vyasa included it in the Mahabharata. O Goddess, showerer of the nectar like knowledge of non-dualism contained in your 18 chapters. O my affectionate mother, the destroyer of rebirth, I meditate upon thee. Krishna Vandana. Vasudeva Sutam Devam Kansachanura Mardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum. Son of Vasudeva, the slayer of Kansa and Chanur, extreme delight for Mother Devaki, O Lord Krishna, the supreme teacher of the universe, my salutations to you. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, the reading from 8th Adhyaya Akshar Brahma Yoga, and today is going to be a reading of the 19th Shloka, where Bhagavan Shri Krishna is going to tell us about the way these jivatmans, the souls, the individual souls for that matter, the fraction of that Paramatman, they continue the process of transmigration even in the Brahma Loka. From there also, with every day, start of the day, these unmanifested jivas, they get manifested, they take form, they enjoy their lives, they live their lives, enjoy or not, we don't know, they live their lives, and at the end of the day, as the night approaches, they again dissolve. They are from that manifested form, they go back in the unmanifested form. And this cycle continues, this transmigration of soul. Like Sri Krishna told us in our previous reading of the 18th Shloka, that evāyaṁ sarvaha prabhavatyahar-āgame rātryāgame pralīyate tatraiva vyakta sanyake. Avyaktad vyaktayaha, from unmanifested to the manifested. Prabhavanti aha-āgame. Aha-āgame. Aha is day. With the approach of day, these unmanifested individual souls, the jivatmans, at the start of the day, at the approach of the day, they get themselves into the manifested form. Now we can see, oh, this is this jivatman. Till then, they are all unmanifested in the night. As the day approaches, they get transformed, kind of transmigrated. And then, rātryāgame, and with the approach of night, as the night starts approaching from evening onwards, pralīyante tatra eva avikta aktaha sanyake. As the night approaches, again they merge back in that unmanifested form. And like the example that we had seen, that the child is whole day, child is creating some kind of thing from all those blocks, individual. Makes a house, makes a fort, makes maybe car, makes maybe truck. Gives those individual blocks. They are manifested as maybe house, as a fort, as a car, as a truck, and in the evening when the child is going to sleep, he will just destroy all that what he has created. And all those manifested forms that the child has been busy creating, they are all dissolved. They all vanish, those forms. And once again, those are those individual tiny blocks. Then again, the start of the day, there is the process of putting it back in shape, in the manifested form, and in the night. So this is what Sri Krishna has told us in the 18th shloka. This cycle continues, even though it is a Brahmaloka, maybe 8.64 billion years. That is the cycle time of the Brahmaloka. The sum total of all the 4 yugas, of the Satya Yuga, of Dwapar Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dwapar Yuga, and now existing one Kali Yuga. The sum total of all these, 1,000 times, it forms 4.32 billion years of day and 4.32 billion years of night. And this is 1 day of the Brahmaloka. This is the 1 day of Brahma. So this is what happens. Every 4.32 billion years, there is manifestation, and again, as a night approaches, there is the whole manifested forms, they get back, they are dissolved into the unmanifested form. Now, Sri Krishna says, further stresses on this fact, that in this 19th shloka, he further talks about this cosmic play of this coming and going, this manifestation and dissolving back into the unmanifest forms. bhūta-grāmaḥ evāyaṁ bhūtvā pralīyate rātryāgame vaśhaḥ pārtha prabhavatyahar-āgame. Bhūta-grāmaḥ, all this multitude of beings, innumerable beings, bhūta-grāmaḥ, sa evāyaṁ, in this manner, verily, these multitude of beings, saha evāyaṁ bhūtvā pralīyate, being born again and again, born, finally pralīyate, they dissolve, get back into that unmanifested form. Rātryāgame, rātryāgame vaśhaḥ Partha. Now, here Sri Krishna has used a very crucial word, vaśhaḥ. Rātryāgame vaśhaḥ Partha. O Partha, the moment night approaches, vaśhaḥ, they don't have any control on it. By force, in spite of themselves, they don't want to, get into this transmigration, but they don't have any control. Vaśhaḥ. Vaśhaḥ is control, the grasp. They don't have any grasp on that. Although they wish, I don't want to get manifested again. I don't want to get unmanifested again. I want that state of liberation. But that doesn't happen. Their karmas, unless and until those karmas are destroyed, unless and until they become one with the eternal truth, this coming and going through all the different types of lokas, it continues. There is no liberation, there is no mukti, whatever they may intensely feel inside, but unless and until that ultimate moment of realization comes, that moment of self-realization, the Atma-jnana comes, they truly know who they are. There is no escape. So, vaśhaḥ, Sri Krishna has used this word here. prabhavatyahar-āgame. O Partha, in spite of their feelings, in spite of their wish, they have to get into this with the approach of night. They have to get dissolved, and with the approach of day, agame prabhavati, they have to again get born. That is the status. That is the pain that the individual jivatmans they have to undergo. Although they may not wish it. This multitude of beings coming forth again and again merge, O Partha, in spite of themselves at the approach of night and remanifest themselves. Prabhavati. Again they come out. Again they come forth and get manifested. Remanifest themselves at the approach of day. See the Lord's Leela. In the night, they are very comfortably in the unmanifested form. But come again the day, they have to get back into that form and they have to exercise all that is due for them to get rid of their karmas. There is no escape. Man's free will is a misnomer. There is no free will for that matter. I mean, if you want to know more about this, the great monks, sadhus, and the nuns of the Ramakrishna order, they have spoken in great details about this will and free will of man. How it is a misnomer that to have this concept of we have a free will. There is no free will. Each and every moment of ours, even what we will is predestined. Then what is the will? Even what we wish is predestined. Then what is the free will? So, the man's free will is a misnomer, and all this is derived on the basis of our past karmas. If I am to do something in this life in this manner, all my past karmas, they determine this is how I have to. Unless I take complete shelter at the feet of that eternal truth and I surrender myself, I become totally sharanagata, then that effect of the karma starts getting destroyed. But till then, we don't have any free will. Man's free will, and therefore Sri Krishna uses this term here, vaśhaḥ, in spite of themselves. They may wish to get freed, but they are not. Beyond a certain limit, man has not got the freedom to keep awake or go to sleep also. He is a helpless creature of his own mind, given to the modifications of wakefulness and sleep. He can't have control totally on his own actions also then. Much more helplessly than this, the multitude of beings are dragged into creation or the manifest state when Brahma wakes up, and they go to unmanifested state when Brahma sleeps. This is how the play goes on, whether they like it or not. The process of being revolved in this wheel of birth and death has to go on indefinitely, sometimes even through the life periods of a few Brahmas, until the perfection is reached and mukti obtained. So imagine, I don't want to come back again. So what is the simply my wishing? I don't want to come back again. It is not going to help unless and until I become one with the eternal truth. I become one with the Divine Mother, with the eternal divinity. Till then, this coming and going, coming and going, coming and going. It is only when that sense of oneness with the divine eternity is realized. Only then we cut asunder, we cut this cycle, and there is no more repeated births and death. See, Sri Krishna is categorically telling us, this is what happens ordinarily with the jivas. That unless and until they reach this stage of 10, from 0 to 10, that I always love to express as, even if we are at 9.9, we have to come back again. Unless and until we reach that stage of 10, and we run away from this fisherman's net that is going to catch us again for another cycle of birth and death. So Sri Krishna says that even if it is a Brahmaloka, you may think about, it is a matter of 8.64 billion years. Let me remain unmanifest. Let me remain in my, that tiny entity as a Jivatman merged in the Paramatman. But unfortunately, vaśhaḥ, in spite of our willing against it, we are forced to manifest ourselves when Brahma wakes up, when it is approaching the day. So we have to be careful of this particular phenomena. Although it is 8.64 billion years, that stage still comes to an end. And there is again manifestation, again unmanifestation. The cycle goes on and on and on and on. So Sri Krishna says, be careful and attain for the mukti. Why you want to get into all this rigmarole of thinking, going back and coming again going back, again coming? Why this transmigration? Why this constant journey? But we are so used to this cycle that hardly we pay any attention to the words of the Lord himself and get our act together so that at the last moment we remember the Lord. At the last moment we have the Lord's, that Om, uttering that Om, which is the gist of all the Vedas, Sri Krishna says. When the soul is about to depart the body, we are not able to focus our mind here at the center of the eyebrows, what Sri Krishna has said. And we keep thinking about all the things other than that Om and other than the ultimate truth. As a result, this is what happens, Sri Krishna says. At the start of day, we again come into this manifested form. And when Brahma goes to sleep, he says, come on, my children, now you have to give up those forms, become unmanifest. And we feel, I am so happy, I am unmanifest. But no, again, at the start of the day, the game starts. So, Sri Krishna says, get out of this game. Get out of this game and come to me once for all. For that, there is no coming back again. And what that stage is, that Sri Krishna will tell us in the next Shloka, the 20th Shloka that we are going to read next. Till then, Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Sri Krishna Arpanamastu. Jai Sri Ramakrishna. Jai Thakur. Jai Mah. Jai Swami Ji.